You are listening to the VCast.
What is up? Back again, the VCast, Vic Cedeno. We are here with my man. It is the return of Clint Esposito. What is up, brother?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm absolutely stoned by that fat ass pre-rolled blunt that we smoked.
That was interesting because it was pre-roll with a big tip in it.
Had a big old tip.
So you get to you just pull that out and keep that you'll never roll one on your own that fat.
See, you're like a fucking survivalist. You're like,
is it a glass tip?
Yeah, I would have just threw it out. No, it feels like it's glass.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just going to save it. Do you, well, I mean, my lips are the only one, right?
How many other Italians you know? They got tons of shit at their house.
Yeah, you're right. They do.
Just like, I might need this later.
You might need this later.
My dad, one time the toilet broke, right? And the flusher is like a $2 part in the back of the tank. And he's like, it was just leaking. It wasn't like broke. It would still work, but it was the toilet was running or something. So I replaced it, and he's like, I'm going to keep that one. And now, mind you, at this time, there's 3 bathrooms in the house and 4 people. And he's like, I'm going to keep that. And I go, why? And he's like, what if the toilet breaks in the middle of the night? And I'm like, all of us have massive diarrhea at the same time. Like, what is happening here that we're in such an emergency? Yeah, such an emergency that we all need this.
On the off chance that shit goes down
in the middle of the night and
that part is there. Listen, I don't bash that at all. I don't.
Shit in the hoarders. Woods, bro. We had woods.
I don't bash hoarders. Well, hoarders might be a little crazy, but I don't bash people that save shit. I have a Ziploc bag in my my kitchen drawer. I have a little Ziploc bag that's full of like the bread ties and
How about the clips?
What clips?
That comes off of the bread. Not the twist ties, but like
the other ones. Yeah,
clip. Yeah,
those I use for wires.
So like
when you wire shit. You ever, like when you have like my PlayStation and all my stuff, I use those to hold all the wires
ties or the clips?
The clips, either one.
Come on. I keep them. I keep those clips so that when I'm going to work, I'll take a coffee filter and put my coffee in it, and then twist it up and put one of those clips on it, and then we have a coffee machine. So then I can just go and throw it in the coffee machine and make myself some coffee.
Oh, so you it's like to make your own Keurig?
I'll open the filter up, kind of. I'll open the filter up like a regular one. Yeah, I don't just leave it together.
But it's a transport.
But exactly. So that way I can take it there already in the filter.
Yeah,
I don't have to concoct it at work. It's
looking
just
like you got a fucking 8-ball of coffee.
Yeah, it's really clumpy in your nose though.
Huh?
It's really
clumpy. My God, I can't even imagine. I'm sure fucking the guys at Jackass
smells great.
I'm sure Jackass has sniffed
coffee
grounds.
Didn't they snort ants?
They snorted ants. Yes, I knew it was some crazy shit. I was like, was coffee it? Maybe coffee's not even crazy enough.
They snorted ants. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man,
Coffee's
it's gotta
pussy
burn
shit.
though. It's gotta burn
coffee?
Like a son of a bitch. And then
or ants.
No, the coffee. I'm sure the ants aren't fucking a happy trail either. And they're just crawling around in your brain.
I don't think they make it into your brain.
They do in my fucking scenario, which is why I'll never do it.
You have no blood-brain barrier.
Not. Yeah, you have no. They just eat away through it. Those fucking ants. I would never do that. But didn't they also do like a cayenne pepper or something?
Probably. I don't remember anything, so
I don't remember anything. The one of my favorite Jackass stunts was when they had the big fist.
How do you know this has the whole area here?
What?
Your camera.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably on the outskirts.
You're
No, I had
exactly-
it set up so that you're sitting inside the safe zone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like, how do you know? He's just leaning over. Little by little, you're just like, hey, am I still in frame?
Well, I thought about it before we started, but then you clapped, and then next thing you know, we were podcasting.
We're on in business. I like to start on a fucking sudden momentum. Yo, did you, you know what's been on my mind? Like today and yesterday? That motherfucking submarine that's gone missing.
I just heard something about it. I don't even know what's going on. Whose submarine? Ours?
No, yeah, it's a private company submarine, and they had, I think it was
Private company. What does that mean?
3 people. Like it's a
they have military, like
no, they have military, but this is
people.
There was 3 people that paid to go down in this submarine. So it's not a big submarine; it's a small submarine.
Okay.
And they were going down to look at the Titanic. So they paid like $250,000 for each ticket, and this thing has all of the state of the art stuff on it, radar, all that stuff, and they just lost it. And then now they're doing like a rescue mission to go down there and see if they can find it. But that's so deep, and you don't
Imagine paying $250 to die.
$250 to get lost at the bottom of the ocean
To die.
God, and that's
to
the end of your
suffocate
legacy
or something.
That's the end of your legacy.
How
One
are
of
you
them is
gonna
a billionaire.
die? How do you think? Obviously, if you're shelling out $250 to look at the fucking Titanic, hey, guess what, asswipe? There's plenty of footage now. There's plenty of fucking footage.
They got
of
fucking
the Titanic.
They got some dope.
There's a whole movie.
Like AI. Now they have AI drawings of what it looks like out of the water.
Yeah.
Like based on the scans and shit.
Well,
that shit is so
once
deep.
they can project that, do like a hologram of it, and I can go walk through it, then
put it at a museum.
Yeah.
Dude, that could revolutionize museums.
Yeah.
Like those
It'd be
kind of
all
know?
bullshit.
Yeah, and he's just like
They'd be like,
they could just make up stories.
Exactly.
Just tell you how
Dude,
things
okay,
work.
do you want to get into a little conspiracy that I've been thinking about on my own?
right.
Nobody's
Nobody-
I've never heard anybody say anything about this, but so you know how like certain things were on maps, or like so we didn't know about things, but if you find these older maps that were copied off of even older maps, like from the 1500s or something like that, they have stuff that we didn't discover until, you know, whenever.
Later on, yeah.
So it made me think, like, now that nobody uses maps at all, because if you just change the maps, right, you change the reality of it. So now most of us don't even use maps. So imagine if they just, like let's say the Fort Knox, right? They just want to pretend, Area 51. They want to pretend like it doesn't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
Your GPS just routes you around it. It's just omitted from the map.
Yeah.
Like it would be just that easy.
I'm sure they do that.
Yeah,
Google
and now
Maps
you're
and
just
shit. Yeah.
don't even have any
So that would
awareness
mean-
that it's there.
That would mean, if that is true, which
I'm not saying that they do. I'm just saying it's very possible.
No, I think you're
Couldn't they
right.
do that?
I think you're
they
right.
do it very easily, and you'd never know.
But you know who would know? Is Google. And they would know where those places are.
Yeah, but so somebody big
know?
that has a lot of money is friends with Google. They're just like, listen.
They're just talking about it at like fucking cocktail hour or some shit.
Yeah.
You want to hear something crazy?
We
wanna know
got
what's
this
out
secret
there?
shit,
Yeah.
Google. We need to.
Yeah. Well, they only bring it up because you're talking about your story in Nevada, and you're like, "Oh man, I've been everywhere in Nevada. Nevada's
No,
great."
and then the guy
You haven't
from
been everywhere.
Google is like,
"Yeah, you haven't
hey,
been everywhere."
No, he goes, hey, we can just make your place disappear for $5 billion or whatever.
Start selling fucking. Start selling map privacy.
Yeah, for big money.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think that's what would happen? It would be fucking just ultra mega rich people.
What I want to know is if you're caught on maps and like some weird shit. You ever see like people get
There's
caught?
tons of stuff.
right? They get caught on some weird shit. Like, who do you talk to? Like, is there customer support?
I think that they
for that, like,
they
imagine that conversation.
They update those periodically though, so it wouldn't be like that forever.
Sir, listen to me. I'm trying to describe to you. Just put my address in Google Maps. All right, listen. Just put.
No,
how
put
they
this
caught me.
addressing.
Yeah.
It has the interaction right on camera. It shows that he was.
My blinds were up, and I forgot my towel after my shower. I got out of the shower. I walked over there. One brief second, and your Google Maps caught me butt naked in front of my window.
Okay, you want to know? Here's something else weird about Google Maps. Well, it's not about Google Maps, but the address that was on SpongeBob SquarePants' license, driver's license, is Little St. James, Pedophile Island.
No,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
I saw the pic. It obviously could have been doctored.
Yeah,
I didn't find the license myself on the show.
yeah.
But
I'd have to go back to like watch it, bring it
what
up.
episode is his?
Yeah.
You know.
I wonder if somebody has to fucking fact check that. Somebody has definitely gone through there and like watched it because they fake so much shit.
Right,
now
but do
online.
we trust Snopes or whoever the hell you're going to fact check it on?
No, definitely not Snopes. But I'm saying, like, if you Google it and then somebody put it on like Reddit,
The actual.
that they're like, here's the
Yeah.
clip of the thing.
Yeah.
And you see it, what it says.
I'm not
That
a
would be
prolific
fucking
Redditor.
nuts. I became, you want to know the sick, perverted way that I became a fucking Redditor?
Sure.
Because anytime
Of course, with that intro, what am I going to say? No.
I know, right?
I'm going to be like, nah, I don't want to know.
No, dude, don't tell me, dude.
Don't
I'm
tell
getting
me.
engaged.
I respect you too much.
I'm getting engaged. I'm engaged. Don't tell me.
What are we doing with this here?
Oh, that's my in case the battery goes down. So Reddit, my
I
Instagram
like how you
feed.
sipped that right into the mic.
Just good. Listen, I've been picking my teeth and shit. I just ate. All right, so this is what you get. You get a nice sip so that you know I'm enjoying my drink of Diet Pepsi. Anyway, Instagram. My Instagram feed is fighting, comedy, and fat ass.
Professional fighting or
Both. Like all
And street
everything,
fighting.
and then Instagram fighting, and people in
Yeah.
backyards, or just people in the street fucked up videos, animal videos too are in there.
yeah.
So all that shit. So anytime I see a girl with a fat ass, like something really
You
attractive,
pause on it so that way you're sure to get it in your search.
I
Discover.
click on their page. This is the go-to move. Click on their page. Click the link in the bio. Link in the bio brings you to some exclusive page,
OnlyFans.
some adults only, exclusive content. Click on it. OnlyFans page. I see the OnlyFans username. I copy and paste that into Reddit. Boom. And then there's people on Reddit that have posted the insides of that link. There's people that have already gone in there and have taken screenshots or screen recordings
Yeah.
of videos and stuff, and you get a little dose for free, and then that's it. Then the mystery's over for me, and I move on.
That's the thing now with fucking OnlyFans, right? Is there's just how many fucking
You would
chicks.
think it's saturated.
I mean, I'm
there's-
saying it's saturated. I'm just saying versus when we were young,
Oh.
how many porn chicks were there? And then there were strippers, and that was it.
Yeah, but dude,
I mean, and prostitutes.
not
but
everybody even
not
does
even-
porn on OnlyFans. There's a lot of girls that
No, I'm not saying that.
there's a lot of girls that just show ass pics in shorts.
Yeah, right. But there's still a lot to look at.
There's still a lot to go. There's still a lot going on. You know what they sell more than those people that sell
Dick ratings.
No, they sell dick ratings. Yes, 100%. They sell dick ratings, which sound like that piques my interest.
Do you think you're just getting a
Dick
generic
rating.
message, or do you think that
would
they're
like to send
actually
out-
like sitting there? You need to take. You need to send like a dick pic that has like a little something on the dick to see if they comment on, like a teardrop tattoo
Oh, shit,
or
right?
something,
Yeah.
to be like.
Photoshop it a little bit.
Be like you, or get a teardrop tattoo on your dick.
Yeah,
And then
I'm gonna
be
need
like-
feedback. Like, I hope you don't give me like just a score. Like, I'm gonna need like descriptive, like how it made you feel.
Exhausted.
You know?
This is the millionth
This is
dick
the millionth
picture I've
dick pic.
seen
But
today.
listen, you're gonna when you're that hot, you're gonna get that many dick pics anyway.
But like, okay, let's say you're Brad Pitt, right? And you're just constantly getting pussy pics. Eventually,
girls
you're
send
just
pussy
like,
pics?
no,
Titty pics
this
is a
isn't a
girl's dick
perfect
pic.
world.
Titty
Okay, titty pics.
titty pics
fine.
are a girl's dick pic.
Fine. They don't even gotta share the other goods because it doesn't even matter what it looks like, right?
Not
we don't
one
even care.
chance.
Doesn't even
We
matter.
only care
unless
about
your
the
clit
tits.
is the size of my thumb.
Or an ass. Yeah, unless you got some abnormal clit, you need to show that up front. Give me some warning. Don't spring that abnormal clit on me.
Okay, women, if you have abnormal clit, you have to send preemptive pussy pic. It's like sending a dick pic, right? So that they're not like
Yeah, I
get
don't-
there and
you
then
know,
they're
I don't wanna
like,
offend you. Right?
I should have for this.
I'd rather get the rejection in a fucking text rather than me be stone
Yeah.
cold hard right in front of you. I take it out and you're like, and then it's just like, I don't think that would even phase me. A reaction like that, I'd still probably just
Still be hard.
I'd be like, come on, there's still a chance.
We're
We're here.
They're looking at it.
There's still a chance.
That. What do you do then? You start to dance.
Then I'm like, no, then I start slapping it back and forth on my hips.
Re-engage.
Tap, 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 tap. Slowly, like seductively, like the Karate Kid fucking and the drums when they did the drums.
Then everybody
like that.
starts cheering for you.
Yeah. Come on, Daniel son. Just put it in your mouth, Daniel
What?
son.
What else happened during that scene? Was there any chanting? Wish I could remember, so then I could have chanted
chanting.
whatever it was.
No, they don't. No chanting. They were just fucking rocking that thing back and forth, and the fucking music. Is
Is that not Bloodsport?
No, that's
That happened in
Karate Kid.
Bloodsport too. No.
Yeah, oh, they always have the bro. The 80 movies and the 90s, early 90 movies had the
Bloodsport
great.
was awesome.
Yeah, they had the great soundtracks. All those movies, I could watch those movies over and over and over again. I used to
don't
do
know.
that with my boy. My boy had all those movies on like VHS, all those classic Bloodsport, Karate Kid, Juice, Above the Rim, Sunset Hill or Sunset Park. That's
Never heard of that.
That's a basketball movie,
Well, I don't know
and it
about it.
stars one of the dudes from Onyx, Frejo
Oh,
Star.
yeah?
Yeah, I think it's Frejo Star from Onyx. There's a whole bunch of people.
Sticky
That's a good
Fingers.
movie. Sticky Fingers, yes. No, I think it's Frejo Star.
I don't know. That's the only other name I know.
There's another.
That's
There was
the guy
two
with
of
the
them
cross
that,
eye?
Yeah, it wasn't him. There's another
No,
one.
there was another
that
guy?
also made
Yeah.
movies that you would probably recognize if you saw him
Or
Like,
heard his name.
Yeah.
What's
It
his name?
it's Frejo Star.
Oh, there was
Yeah.
only two of them?
No, there was a third one.
Oh,
but
that's
I don't
what I
remember
thought.
his name.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Frejo had the cross eye?
Yeah, no, now it's Sticky
That's
Fingers.
that's what I
Sticky
said.
Fingers. Yeah, he's a fucking crazy. You know what the song
Yeah,
is?
exactly.
Oh my god, I love them.
Exactly.
They're fucking amazing. I don't even know what I was talking about.
You guys don't even use the hole here. It's really upsetting that we drilled this big hole in this table. No.
What are you gonna do? I don't
Love
even
it.
know how I would.
There's
use
hooks underneath too.
it. To run shit.
Yeah.
Listen, this place
I
is
set
fucking.
it up, my friend.
I cleaned
My
this
friend.
fucking table real nice. Mike just saw it. He texted me. He was like, "Hey, did you man clean upstairs?" I was like, "Yeah, I cleaned the table because I came and I sat down
I'm sure it was
and I
just-
put my hand here like this, and then when I picked it up, it was sticky.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh man, and I looked at the table, like I gave it one of those sideways looks.
And it was like
There was
bumpy.
ring marks and stuff everywhere. I was like, oh no, I used like a fucking half a pack of wipes, just wiping this bitch down.
Just killing the fucking environment with all these wipes.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to do it. People fucking worked for that stuff.
How come the environment people aren't mad at wipes and what's the other thing? Swiffer sweepers and
or masks.
Masks or plastic bottles. They're
only
mad at free bags at gas stations and grocery stores and free straws.
And straws.
That's the only two.
Straws,
Those two things are killing the fucking planet, dude.
Are they just going? Maybe they have a checklist and they're going down the checklist one by one.
Do you notice it's only free things?
Yeah, that is true. You know what? You're fucking right. Things that you don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
So that it takes the fucking businesses are so smart. Just go
I don't
after the
think
things
that
that
was
aren't an
their-
upcharge. I think it is.
I heard it was hard. They were hard to recycle, but I'm like, how many other tiny little plastic things are fucking out there?
What else
Tooth
do they give us for free?
flossers.
Napkins are going to be next.
Napkins. You have to wipe it on your balls.
Yeah. They're going to be like, listen, you're wearing clothes. You're privileged enough to be wearing
To have clothes. Wear an extra
Okay.
shirt.
Bring an
when
extra
you
shirt
eat.
with you. And yeah. You have to, people are going to be bringing bags with them, bringing napkins, or not napkins, like paper. You're just going to have to bring a rag. Because
Yeah,
napkins
like a
are just going to
hanky.
be illegal.
Like a hanky.
Yeah.
I love going to other states and they have these free bags. I feel like I'm fucking, and then I have a garbage bag in my truck. Like,
I got a bag of bags. Of like those cloth
Still?
bags.
oh,
No, the bag. I have cloth bags that I've accumulated.
cloth bags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're made out of
The
I don't know what the hell
reusable
they're
ones,
made of.
obviously.
Yeah, they're reusable.
And you use that for garbage?
Not use it for garbage. I use it to go grocery shop. I just have a bag
Yeah.
full of them in my trunk. I keep it in the trunk.
I know, but then when you go inside with your shit, you got to remember to take it back out.
Yes.
It's like I
have
like to
put it
be
back in the
reckless
bag
and
leave it by the
fucking
door.
just show up, and you give me plastic bags, and I'll kill the environment.
Yeah. And then you walk in and fucking you forget that you as soon as you walk in you remember that you don't have
Yeah,
bags
exactly.
because you see somebody
Or
else with
halfway
their
across
bags.
the
Yeah, you're
fucking
like,
parking
"Oh,
lot.
God
I'm like,
damn, not going back.
That's what I always did with my masks.
I leave
I'd get halfway across the parking lot and be like, shit, we're
shit.
still playing this.
I leave I just leave with everything in my cart. And then I just throw everything in the trunk.
There you go.
Yeah. And then when I get home, then I
You
go upstairs,
run
get the bags, go
oh,
back downstairs,
oh.
bag everything in the trunk, and then carry it up.
It's not a bad
I'll bring like
idea.
a few cold things with me the first trip, to make sure they get in. And then make sure they
with
get
you
in
to get the
freezer.
bags initially.
Yeah. Like if
Then
I have
you
an
need
ice
less
cream
bags.
or something, yeah. Yeah, make sure they don't fucking melt.
You also need less bags
then.
then.
I hate food shopping.
I know.
But that's the other thing I want to talk to you about. Because now I'm doing that carnivore diet. The carnivore diet. And I got my meat delivery.
Yeah.
My first meat delivery from Butcher Box.
Uh-huh.
And I was a little underwhelmed. Because I was like, I don't think this is going to last a month.
You got a month worth at once?
Well, because they tell you when do you want to reorder. Your two options are to reorder is 4 weeks and 6 weeks. So
I don't think it's supposed to be a whole month.
I looked at it. I was like, I'm gonna blow through this in a fucking couple weeks, 3 weeks probably.
So they have, which we have just been going to ShopRite, but their meat has increasingly turned like lighter. It used to be nice and dark. Like dark red is what you want, and it keeps getting lighter, and I'm like, that doesn't look good. So there are
This steak looks like a pork chop.
yeah, exactly. Dude, some of the stuff is so light, it's like opaque, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's not good.
and there's no taste to it. It's fucking. So we live out in the middle of nowhere, so there are actually a bunch of farms around us and stuff where we could go and buy, like they have pigs that were raised in just some woods. So they're eating acorns and all kinds of stuff.
Bacon
It's probably
that bacon already makes my mouth water.
it's probably so good.
Yeah.
And then they have cows and stuff as well out there. So, but we haven't really been doing that. Like I said, we did a couple. Not last year, the year before. There's a guy where I'll ride my bicycle to get eggs. They just have it's like a farmer, and they have a cooler in front of their house, and it's a 20-minute round trip on my mountain bike. So I use it as like a workout too. Mm-hmm. And I go up there, return the old carton, grab a new carton, put my $5 in. they have during the fall, they'll have papers in the cooler where you can buy like a quarter of a cow or a half a cow, and they're literally across the street from their house, just in the grass fields, just eating grass.
Yeah.
And that's their just grass fed, finished.
We'll go up there with you and be like, look at that cow over there. You want to split that cow?
Yeah, exactly.
Cut that fucking cow in half for us, goddamn.
Yeah.
Bag them up. That's
So
what my friend
they
said that to me
butcher them
today.
in October.
On October?
And then, you put your order in preferably before October. And then once they split it up, they'll call you. And then you can order extra, like specific things if you want.
You got to leave
like-
a deposit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Um,
Make sure you pick that fucking meat up. Imagine you
Yeah.
change your mind. You just fucking got a cow killed.
well, no, they slaughter them in October every year.
Yeah.
So they're already
God.
destined to die.
Talk about fucking hating Halloween. Fucking cows are like, fuck Halloween. I
Every
ain't dressing up
Halloween,
this
one
year.
of they have their own legend that these cows are disappearing because of Halloween.
It's a Halloween fucking boogie monster.
Dude, every year, don't go out during Halloween. I'm telling you, 2 cows always disappear every Halloween.
Or they don't even know. And they just are excited about Halloween. They're talking about dressing up for Halloween, and they never even get to see Halloween every year.
Only 2 of them never get to see it.
Only 2? Oh, and the other
No,
ones?
I don't know. They don't
Oh.
kill all of them,
I thought they just slaughtered everyone and started all over. I don't know.
No,
Well, I'm not
because it takes a couple years to get
Dutton.
takes a couple years to get your get their weight up.
You watched
know?
that show,
What?
Yellowstone?
No.
No, you never watched that show? Get
I've
into
seen a little bit of it because Bethany watches it with her friend.
it. Ah.
Her friend will come over and then I'll come home from work and they're watching Yellowstone. So I have
Yeah.
seen a little bit of it,
I fucking love that show.
but
I got a Yellowstone flat iron skillet,
nice.
big one.
Nice. How big?
Nice big. I think it's
17?
like
15?
no, I think it's like probably like I think it's like 15 inches. Yeah, it's because
We got like a
It
12,
might even be 17.
a
'cause it's a big
15,
one.
and a 17. 17's big as fuck. And we have one that's bigger that's like, it takes like 2 burners to fucking try to heat the thing.
No, this one's 15. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like the square one,
No, it's
not
not
the rectangle
square.
one. Oh, it's just still a big.
Yeah, it's just a big round ass. It's got 2 like side handles on it instead of like a dick handle.
Yeah,
It's got the 2.
the carry
Yeah,
ones like
exactly.
that. Yeah. No,
No
I need-
dick handle on that one.
I got it now. I got it now. I just I rinsed it today. I rinsed it off, and then I was gonna cook bacon on it. The first thing I was gonna cook on it.
That's how you season
Just-
it.
Yeah, put some fucking.
So
butter.
you washed it and it's sitting at home wet?
I just no. I rinsed it off, and then
Uh-huh.
I fucking dried it and put it on the
Okay.
the whatchamacallit.
You got to dry them. They're supposed to have oil on them, like olive oil or any kind of oil, just so that they don't rust.
Oh, so what do you? I have olive oil.
You could do that, or you just cook your bacon in it.
Just cook the bacon
Yeah.
first. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put some butter on there.
But when you like wash them, you're supposed to like rub it down with some oil afterwards, just to keep it lubed up from rusting.
So after, so I do wash it.
You can, but I honestly don't wash ours that often. When I get when it has stuff in it, like on the sides or something, I'll like scrape it out and then I actually don't even wash it really. I'll scrape it out and then use like a paper towel or something, or I'll get it hot and I'll dump some water in and scrape it. You can get the stuff off the bottom good that way.
Yeah.
And then I'll like dump it out. But we don't ever just like never
fucking-
dishwasher or anything like that.
I needed this this iron skillet information
Tutorial?
Yeah, because I was thinking like I was gonna cook the bacon and start snacking on it, and then I was like, all right, but the time is I'm gonna do that when I get home because I know I'm gonna be hungry when I get home, so I'm just gonna cook the whole pack of bacon, eat a few pieces, and then keep the rest for tomorrow. And just enjoy. But that's the best part about I've been about this. I haven't even talked about this at all yet on the podcast. Just so we're on the same page. I'm on week 2 of the carnivore diet. So no vegetables, no bread, no sugar, nothing. Only dairy. Does eggs consider dairy?
No.
No. Dairy, eggs, meat, fish.
I feel like eggs are almost meat.
Eggs, yeah, they are like a part of the meat. Meat and eggs. It's not dairy. So dairy, meat, eggs,
That's
chicken, fish, and that's it. Any animal protein.
Berries? No berries?
No berries. Can I have berries?
Well, I think that's more of an ancestral diet.
That's more ancestral. Berries,
Yeah.
fruits.
That's kind of
figured
what
I'd
I
add
try
that
to
later
stay.
on.
Yeah, exactly. No, I get what you're doing. You're doing like a straight, like a reduction, you know, like just meat, and then you can add in some kind of like
some
berries
fruit
and stuff. That's where I'm at now. I don't really have bread that much. If we do, we have Ezekiel bread or like sprouted grains, which is supposed to be better. I guess it doesn't have flour.
Yeah, that's the
the
stuff
white
that
flour
fucks
and
you up.
shit's the worst. And all the stuff that they put in most bread to make it like it's not supposed to be that soft for days.
I have bread that's
Sorry.
sitting in my yeah, that's sitting up there for like a week already.
Yeah, fine, right?
Yeah,
It's
still fucking chilling. Because you know what I do is I buy like a loaf or 2 loaves if they're on sale, and I put one in the freezer, and then I take it out, thaw it out, and it's fucking.
See, I don't know that you could probably do that with real Italian bread. You know, like you get Italian bread, and then the next day you go to grab it, and like
Fucking
you're it's like
jam your finger.
it's fucking. That's how shit's supposed to go bad, man. It's not supposed to stay good on the shelf.
You don't want your food to do the McDonald's test.
No,
That
should not pass that. And Bethany, so she has a degree in nutrition. So she's like more about it than I am. Which I was on this path kind of anyway from being like hurt and stuff. I had the bad infection and I felt like shit. So then I started being like learning about and being hurt, learning about health and nutrition and stuff like that, and started to, because I would drive around and I'd be like, I'm hungry. What should I have at this gas station? Well, I don't know. Here's a cinnamon roll. There's baked goods everywhere. That can't be bad for me, right?
Yeah, so that's what your diet was before?
Well,
like your injuries and stuff?
So I always ate steaks and the fat and all that stuff. I never subscribed to any of that. But like so I raced up until I was 21. So this is 2001. And then I started doing freestyle, and then there was no real reason to train that much or whatever. So I just ate, which I probably just ate a regular American diet, you know, fat, like go out and eat and just hamburgers or whatever, sandwiches all the time. But I didn't race like I did, so I didn't do all the amount of working out that I did for racing. So about 26, I was like 196 pounds, that's the heaviest I ever was. And there was a racer guy from Canada who had been trained by like a big world-class motocross guy. He came down and stayed with us. And he goes, I see you going to the gym and stuff. Do you want more? He said it in a nice way. He's like, if you want more energy and stuff, you should really give up processed sugar. And I was like, oh, yeah? And he's like, yeah, you'll wake up first thing in the morning and you're just awake. You don't like go back to sleep a bunch, which you're probably getting to that point now.
Yeah.
It's like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He goes, you got to do it for 3 weeks. He goes, then you'll really see the difference.
It's getting easier for sure.
Yeah. Soon you'll wake up and it'll be like, as soon as you're like, I'm up. I couldn't go back to sleep if I fucking wanted to.
Yeah. Which I need because I'm getting up at 4:30 every day.
And also I wouldn't get that crash like in the middle of the afternoon, or like this is what he's saying. So he said, so you need to make sure there's not, sugar, sucrose, glucose, any of the, corn syrup, any of that within the first 6 ingredients. I think it's 5 or 6. There needs to be ingredient 6. I think it's ingredient 6 or further down, and it's okay. It's a minute enough amount. So that was the first kind of thing I started to do. So I got rid of all bread and just and like anything processed sugar, and just had basically meat. But I was doing like mainly chicken and stuff. So I kind of got like very skinny. Like I kind of I look like
a lot of weight.
What's the fucking
Is
Well, I lost
196
15 pounds. I'm 175 now.
But 196 is a lot for like motorbiking.
I was bigger than most of the people. I mean, I'm big. I'm fairly big. I'm like more built than most motocross guys, I would say. Most of them are skinnier. Taller and skinnier, or like shorter, and sometimes they're I'm bigger than most motocross dudes for sure. But I mean, for me, 196, I was fat.
Yeah,
I'm 175 now, and I probably have more muscle now than I did then. So,
yeah, that's why I like that diet, because I need the extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm always all or nothing.
Eventually, though, you're going to want to bring some of those things back in.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
When I'm going to Florida to my mom's house, I'm not going to be crazy. I'm going to eat my mom's food, my mom's rice and beans and shit.
Yeah.
But what I want to move towards is a more, like, when I come back from that, because I know I'm going to be fucking sick down there. But when I come back, what I want to do is more of like a carnivore, mostly carnivore.
Yeah, paleo,
diet.
like we were talking about.
And then like on the weekends, like when I come here, then I can eat like something that has, bread or like a.
You're talking about what I did.
Rice and stuff. Exactly.
I'm not so
like
strict where I can't have anything. I try to limit things, but I'm not like I won't touch that or whatever, or bread or whatever. Now, same thing. I went no sugar for probably 3 years. I started to add in a little bit of bread, so I guess that's a lie. But I was pretty strict except for a little bit of bread. At the time, I didn't realize, I should have done what I'm doing now, and now even my carbs are from, like honey or fruit, mainly. Not like bread.
Natural.
Yeah.
Because that's I don't think carbs are the problem, and I also
they are
don't
if you want to lose weight.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't even think, because I've lost weight eating ice cream every night, right? And that was
your macros.
yeah, exactly.
But that's
I
not
did
to
the
say,
macros, but I don't think. But
I know where you're going. Get there. Come on.
like that feeling, you know what I mean? Like I don't think I felt my best. I think I'm gonna feel a lot better this way.
Yeah, because at a like a vitamin and mineral and macronutrient level, you're satiating your body more with these foods than you were the other way.
Yeah.
Because fitting your macros, or like as long as it fits your macros, is bullshit. Because if you're eating say you fit your macros, but you're eating Snickers, that's not really nutritionally beneficial to your body. So you're fitting your macros and you might be losing weight or whatever, but you're not optimally healthy for your hormones and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's somebody that casually strolled by it and then like glanced at the top page and didn't pay attention. Yeah. Because when I lost like 25 pounds, and this was like the first time that I got in great shape post roid use, right? That I had dropped 25 pounds, and I wasn't just I was eating a balanced diet, because I was focused on not just the macros but the micronutrients, right? So in order to fit enough fiber in your diet, and in order to fit enough to keep everything balanced, like you have to eat balanced foods most of the time.
Well, you have to eat whole foods. Yes. Here's the thing: is everything comes packaged from nature perfectly.
Yeah.
like liquid calories are the worst. Like orange juice, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have orange juice." That's fucking terrible for you. It's a huge sugar spike.
Yeah.
If you eat an orange, it then has fiber and a bunch of other stuff packaged together that I'm sure we don't even quantify, packaged together to, complement, you slow down the absorption of the sugar. I'm sure, like I said, all of this does other things that we haven't researched. I'm even pretty sure, have you ever worked out or played sport or something in the summer and then eaten watermelon?
Yeah.
It's like the best
refreshment. Yeah.
I'm convinced that exactly.
Yeah.
You could pound water and be like, "Oh, I drank all that water," or you could just be like, "Oh my god, this watermelon is so good, I can't stop eating it."
Yeah.
Like I love doing something outside, hot day, and then having a bunch of watermelon. It's like seems like the best
black
way
people are great
to.
Athletes.
Dude, that's such a stupid premise because who doesn't like fucking watermelons?
I always hate the
Who doesn't like watermelons?
That you make something like you take a food and you make it
a great one that everyone likes, and then
that's fucking awesome. And then you just associate it with one people.
Yeah. And now they're mad about it, and I'm like, I'll take the watermelon. I don't know what the issue is.
Pass that shit over to me.
I guess I'll take some watermelon.
No, but you know what? That's like the main difference also that I feel that's also the reason why I didn't go back to that was because of the processed foods, because I did that with all processed foods and I did lose weight. I looked great and I was in good shape,
but you still needed energy drinks.
I was rocking energy drinks, and not only that, but it's just I don't think it's healthy for I'm trying to think of like for your body to like feed itself and to like heal itself almost. You know what I mean?
It is.
Like you're putting all that stuff in it that makes you
constantly sick. Yeah. Your body is constantly repairing itself. So what do you want to repair it with? Meat from cows and whatever else, bison or whatever else you can get, or Doritos, seed oils, and fucking starches, and and here's the thing: is even steak, everybody goes, "Oh, it's lots of protein." Yeah, but it also is a complete protein. It's got all of the amino acids. It's got fat, which, FYI, fat helps you absorb all types of stuff. As far as like food wise, a lot of things need to be taken with fat so that you can absorb it properly,
including AIDS.
You get them from fats?
But if you're fat and you fucking and some dude fucks you that has AIDS, you're gonna absorb that AIDS a lot faster.
Shut the fuck up. I thought this was real at first. Fat is a hormone.
Yeah, fat has a bad rap.
Yeah.
Everybody's always like low fat, low fat, low fat. I'm like, no, more fat. Less carbs, more fat.
I am to a point where we had this app called Carb Manager, and it's for like keto or whatever. But I just went like that. I wanted to not keto, just like I went like paleo or whatever. Yeah. And you can list all your foods, and it has all the stuff saved in there. If it doesn't, you can program your food in there. But you're supposed to get 30% of your calories from fat. So I was definitely. It's hard. I try to keep my carbs under and fat like at where they say.
Yeah.
And they're telling me to have a lot of protein, which I need more protein.
That's the other part of it that I like is that I haven't been tracking any numbers.
Yeah.
I've just been eating.
Yeah.
Based on how I feel.
Yep.
Like did I tell you one morning I woke up?
Yeah.
I was fucking starving. And I was like, I'm going to get a freaking omelet.
Yeah, it's much see, you're at the point I would say where you don't need to be fine tuning yet anyway. You know what I mean? But I mean, you're just getting off of a straight, regular, standard American diet. So, like, I think it's good to just explore like you're doing and going like to an extreme, but you have a good like thought process about it because you're like, I'm just doing this for now.
Yeah.
I'm going
This is a crash course.
Yeah.
Because I knew this was going to give me the best results in the 7 weeks that I had.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like, but if you want, I would look up that app because it even tells you which cuts of meat have this much fat. So you, like I said, and it's still better eating that stuff than eating the trans fats and stuff like that. Isn't it ironic that they're called trans fats?
Trans fats are bad. Yeah, we're going to have to stop that. We're going to have to put a fucking 86 on the trans fat.
It's going to have to be called purple hair fats.
We're going to switch this. The saturated fats are bad.
Yeah.
And trans fats are fucking brave.
That's right.
Those are the
They're
brave
heroic.
fats. Those trans fats are heroic, brave fats that are being persecuted all around in people's bodies.
That's right.
All right, by
these antioxidants are attacking them
by these homophobic white blood cells.
You can't be taking antioxidants, okay? It's attacking the trans fats.
The trans fats are under attack in people's bodies. Does MSG have anything to do with trans fats?
I don't know. I heard now recently that it's not supposed to be bad for you. I don't know. I don't trust any of that.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me about it.
I don't
snorted MSG.
I shot MSG in my arm. I
was not hungry for 45 minutes. Then I was starving.
Then I wanted to do more. No, I absolutely have zero trust in anything now. Like I was trying to like explain this to Marklin yesterday. We started talking about politics a little bit, and I was like, I don't get. I never was like a conspiracy theorist. Like when I first got into conspiracy theories and stuff, it was like a entertainment thing. Like I had lost my job and I went down the whole and I started getting like a distrust for government. I was like, oh, government's pretty fucked up. Then I started watching Ron Paul videos, and then I was like,
what was the first? Because this is actually something I thought the other day. What was your, and I can't remember exactly which one was first, but what was your first conspiracy theory where you were like, oh man, that does seem weird?
JFK. That's what I really went down a rabbit hole in when I had lost my job, was like this JFK, and I started learning, and I started watching a lot of Jesse Ventura videos. Okay. Right?
I know the era now that you're in.
So I was watching all that stuff. And all it did was make me like a little cynical.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, maybe they're not telling the truth. They hit stuff, but I still had faith in institutions. You know what I'm saying? And I saw a lot of things. Like I saw this documentary, How Big Oil Took Over the World. Right. And it's a documentary about the Rockefellers, and like Rockefeller's father was a snake oil salesman. He was like a mean, horrible person. His nickname was Devil Bill, right? And he changed his name to Rockefeller because he wanted to get away from his father's name, because his father had like debts and shit, and he was like all fucked up. And he ended up making all these business moves and started making money. And then he got into some oil, like a oil location with another guy, and then ended up pushing that guy out and keeping it. Yeah. And built a whole freaking empire.
That series, The Men That Built America, is just about them fucking everybody else over.
Bro, it was like Fast or fucking Famine.
Yeah.
And or Feast or Famine, and that guy
Fast Feast,
fast
or
feasting,
famine,
or fasting and then feasting. That's what I do. But those chicken wings are my first meal of the day. Whatchamacallit, the Rockefeller, then when he had amassed all this freaking wealth, right? Then they tried to break Standard Oil up. The government went and broke Standard Oil up.
So
They said it was a monopoly, broke it up, and that made him even richer, like fucking crazy amount of money.
Why? Because then he had two companies.
Well, because he had to sell everything off, and it ended up giving him so much more wealth. And then he just did the same thing he was doing with another company.
Yeah.
And he took his reputation with him. But then what he started doing, and what really gave him the most power, was philanthropy. Was he started donating money to all these organizations, and then he would say, they would be like, "Oh, we're so thankful, thank you so much." He's like, "Yeah, no problem. I just need one thing from you. I need you to put I need one board seat. Like, I need somebody on the board. You know, I want to make sure all this money, I'm going to help you guys do this, you know." And he'd put somebody on the board. Then he
started taking control.
And they would corrupt from the inside, and they would push the agendas he wanted to do. So they did that with medical. They got into the medical community, and they started funding all these people to become doctors and paying for their degrees.
And then all they had to do was
they got on, and then they got those doctors that he paid for the degrees, and they got those doctors on the boards of these organizations that he would fund, like the American Medical Association, and like all these places that became then started dictating the standards to all of medicine. And around that time is when medicine went from a holistic approach, where we were about healing and using traditional methods of treating people, but you were actually treating people and making them feel better. And then it wasn't about a revolving door. He changed it because what they found was some of the waste from oil, which
could
they
be used for drugs.
Could be used for drugs, petroleum. When they started doing that in prescriptions, boop, they changed the whole fucking medical model, and now we're all about drugs. And it's just so disgusting.
Dude,
the whole medical
You're not telling
industry.
me shit.
That's
The medical industry.
Watching everything during COVID.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. From conspiracy theories of just enjoying it to like then seeing it play out in real life, and you're like,
well, I've been hurt enough that I knew that the healthcare scenario had taken a shit a while ago. I'll tell you one, just a very quick one, and then I'll tell you my first conspiracy. I was in a hospital. I got hurt bad in Louisiana. Blew my shoulder out, broke my femur. Don't remember the week. Peed brown for a month. And I was like, no, that's not even the one. I had surgery on my tib fib. And the next day I was like, I'm going to leave. And they're like, no, you got to stay here long. So this was Texas. It was Texas. So they're like, no, you got to stay here longer. So the manager of the hospital literally comes in and goes, we see you haven't been here 8 hours or something like that. And I was like, no. And she was like, well, insurance isn't going to pay unless you're here a minimum of 8 hours. And I was like, so you want me to sit here for fucking another 4 hours so that you guys can get more money? I'm like, this is a ridiculous scenario. And I feel bad for the hospital, but
that's what fucks the whole system up. There's all those requirements.
Yes. But insurance is a game. And it's basically like they just miscode stuff, and then insurance doesn't pay it, they reject it, and then if you'll just get bills to the house, and if you don't go through and check it, and you have to go and call them and have them resubmit it to insurance, and then usually there was a code error or whatever, and then they accept it the next time. But it's like a full-time job, just cleaning up behind your insurance to make sure that they pay everything. Because I've done it several times.
And that's what a lot of that shit is what drives up medical costs.
Yeah, of course.
Is because they have all these regulations on how you have to bill it this way. The whole medical billing and coding stuff, you have to hire a whole staff for that. If you're a doctor, You gotta hire a whole staff just to do
know.
codes of billing and insurance and stuff.
And then here's the other issue.
My boy's wife has a business of that.
Yeah, just chasing people down, making sure that they...
No. Just doing coding for doctor's office. Instead of them having staff on hand, they have their own.
So they
staff.
probably handle a handful of offices.
All different doctors. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The medical field is listen, and I understand if you're in dire straits, and I've had plenty of limbs fixed, and that's what I'll go to them for. But I'm not going every 6 months so that you can take my blood work so that way you can see some bullshit markers and then try to convince me that I need to be on blood pressure medicine or Lipitor or fucking whatever. And then I'm going to have butthole herpes and fucking be vomiting or something 3 days a week. But at least I don't have, sweaty palms.
But I heard this fucking doctor talking about those. He's a heart surgeon, a cardiologist, and he was talking about the cholesterol medication is bullshit.
It is a bullshit.
It's like just one of the biggest, and it's also the most prescribed medicine of all.
Okay, so do you want to circle back into the food we were talking about?
Yeah.
You have HDL, LDL. LDL is bad cholesterol. Well, they've lumped in omega-6s, which are seed oils, which oxidate in the body really fast. Most of your oxidative stress is coming from like seed oils or trans fats or whatever. So they've actually lumped in, I forget what it is. It's like you have to have your like ApoE whatever, or there's it's your A little e or some shit like cholesterol checked. So they have they've lumped in regular LDL and omega-6s together, and that's why people's LDLs are so high, but they're not quantifying it that way. Like you have to get another test that's more specific that measures whatever it is. It's like LP little A or some bullshit like that. Don't quote me. I don't know.
Listen, are you when like the doctor's like, you have high cholesterol? I'm like, are you mixing my omega?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
So one of the first things that I ever got into where I was like, I think the very first one was I heard that with stuff being sprayed on the food, and this is probably 90s. I was like, that can't be any good. And they go, no, the FDA says that it's fine that amount. And that was always just like chuckle funny to me. Like I was like, oh, that's a fine amount of poison for you to have. Don't worry about it. Like totally fine. And I'm like, what they mean is it's not going to kill you right now. Like just eventually it'll kill you, but it won't be immediate.
Yeah, we haven't looked at it long enough to think.
You haven't overdosed. You won't overdose at this levels. You will eventually, whatever.
It won't kill you for as long as we looked at it.
Exactly, which has been about a couple of years. And then the other one was skin cancer and sunscreens. And I want to say it was Kelly Slater that had said something. And this is probably 90s. And then I started looking at the ingredients on sunscreen. Look at the fucking back of a sunscreen thing. It's like a science experiment of nothing I can say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is protecting me from the life giver in the sky that helps me make vitamin D and plants grow and people get depressed when they don't see it. Yeah. And
they push that shit hard, huh?
Dude.
See, like this is where the conspiracy fucking helmet comes on.
Well,
thinking about like how could everything be so perfectly fucked up that aligns with the same people benefiting from it?
Well, let me put it this way. How is it that the FDA controls food and drugs, and the food makes you need more drugs? How is it that how many billions of dollars have been donated to cancer research? You're telling me nobody has gone, hey, maybe it's these cancer-causing chemicals in the food that we're giving to everybody? Yeah. Nobody's ever said that. Am I a fucking genius right now?
Yeah.
Am I just blown your mind, Vic?
I know.
You're blown away.
Well, you know what? And then like you tell people these things, and it just bounces off of their heads. Like it's almost like
Because it goes back to me with the baked goods.
people putting their heads in the
It can't be
fucking
bad
sand.
if it's in every fucking place that I walk into.
Mm-hmm.
That was my thought process. This is probably as a teenager or early 20s. You know, like it can't be this is everywhere. It can't be that bad. Like think about you, especially just eating meat, but let's even go paleo, right? Let's say you're eating fruits and berries and meat. Think about how much of that supermarket is fucking useless to you. Right. And once you start seeing sugar as poison, now walk through that fucking place and look at the aisles of poison, dude. Full aisles of just toxic, sugary,
2-4, 3-4,
fucking
5-4
seed oils, sugary seed oils. Like you can't even buy. It's so bad. We read the ingredients of everything. You know, if you go to get trail mix, your trail mix is then covered with sunflower oil, safflower. Why? It's nuts already. There's already sunflowers in the fucking thing. Guess what? There's oil in those sunflowers. Why have you expelled more and sprinkled it over it again?
Why
like,
have you
what is going on?
taken this fucking oil and
everything's like
nuts?
that.
Why'd you spray my nuts?
Yeah. Makes me insane, dude.
I don't know, man. And then that's like the scary thing is you see all this stuff unravel. You're watching in real time as they're lying to you, right? And they keep moving the goalposts. They literally said 2 weeks. They said 2 weeks, and it turned into 3 years.
How have the people that are supportive of it not caught on? Like
ideologues.
Like they're just like they like I said, they're just like, these people can't be this evil.
I don't know. I struggle sometimes. I still see people driving by themselves in their car with masks on. I see people walking outside with masks on. I was at ShopRite and I saw 2 people with masks on talking to 2 people without masks on. Yeah. And I'm like, what is the world that we live in now?
I like when people wear the masks and then they got it down. It's not over their nose. And I'm like, you're enforcing this upon yourself.
When I go,
why wouldn't you at least do it correctly?
When I go by my to pick up my daughter from school, there's always Muslims and old Spanish men that have their masks on, but they're not over their face. And I'm like, why do you?
Yeah, Spanish
like, why
dudes love to do that.
And I don't know why they put it and they have like a fucking chin strap. Sometimes they don't even they have their whole mouth open. I'm like, why? You don't need that anymore.
How come you don't have a mask,
bro? I still have a mask.
How come?
Car.
And for real, why did Latin Americans get super worried about COVID? Certain groups of people, I feel like, bought into the hysteria.
Yeah. Hispanics bought into it because the government said so.
I feel like it's the same thing with, like, the black community was very worried about it. And I'm like, you guys know they're fucking with you.
Yeah.
You already know. And now you're still listening to them again.
There's a mix. I think
there is a mix, right? There's some that were just like...
Yeah, there's a lot of black people that drew the line when it came to the vaccine.
Yeah.
That's when they were like, hold up.
Yeah.
All right, enough is enough.
Yeah.
But they were for the, safety and all that stuff because they just believed. I think a lot of people just believed in general. But then I think you get to the sub-level of people wanted other people to know that they're good. Right. There's also
but that was white people that were getting vaccinated for that reason.
No. I mean, just with the masks and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
that's still white people. I feel like
I felt like a lot of
white people are the virtue signalers.
Yeah, but a lot of undocumented immigrants would fucking go right with that rule
but they
because they don't want to be stopped.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing it because they don't want to fucking cause.
They don't want to rock the boat. Yeah.
Attention. but white people want attention for doing this great deed that they obviously did selflessly because they want you to see them do it.
Yeah, but that and I also think the liberals and Democrats have a real hold on the minority neighborhoods.
But this is exactly where I'm going with this.
That check.
They don't they go, listen,
well, I'll wear a mask if you're going to keep that check coming every month.
It makes zero sense because certain communities are being like, we're being held down, yada, yada, this and that. And then they go, you have to wear masks and get vaccinated. And they're like, yeah, it's for our safety. Wait, weren't you just bitching that they're taking advantage of you?
We just spent years protesting about this, about how the system fucking sucks and shit. And then
now all of a sudden, there was somebody, and there was a white dude, I don't remember who it was, but he was bitching about they went to the underprivileged and black communities and really tried to get them vaccinated to save them. And I'm like, because I knew he was super liberal, I'm like, don't you think that the government has manipulated and like held down certain oh yeah. And I go, but now all of a sudden they've made a concerted effort to go to these neighborhoods and try to save their lives. Is this what you're fucking telling me I need to believe?
Well, it's brother
They
Biden.
went from fucking them the whole time to all of a sudden they're like, we really need to get in there and save these people.
Brother Biden cares. Brother Biden cares for you.
How about when everybody went from they weren't taking Trump's vaccine and then all of a sudden Biden gets in and they're cool with it? And I'm like, did either one of them have anything to do with the formula of the vaccine?
No, Trump takes credit for that shit wholeheartedly.
He went into the lab. He went into the lab and he fucking mixed some shit together. Like, what do these people think?
Need to mix those together.
More salt. Like, what? Like,
why would you put that in there? Are you stupid?
It makes zero sense.
Trump.
Think about, they just changed, like, neither one of them worked at any of these companies that actually made the products. Like, why would it be any different depending on who was in the office?
They try to take credit too. We gotta wrap this up. It's late.
Yeah, I agree.
I just looked at the fucking clock. I'm like, oh my god, we're just sitting here fucking rattling off.
How long have we been recording?
Only an hour.
Oh, hold on.
Not so bad, not bad. But we started late because we were fucking chilling. Open mic night at the Dojo of Comedy. Where can we find you at, Clint Esposito?
At Clint Esposito. Everywhere. On my website, clintesposito.com. My Instagram, at Clint Esposito. Actually, even on YouTube, you could write YouTube/ at. Maybe you can just put at Clint Esposito in the thing, and it'll come up.
Yeah.
You know the names
put all
now?
the stuff. I put all the stuff in the.
Okay. Well, so then what the fuck? They don't want to listen to me. Yeah, just follow me on Instagram, please. I do motorcycle stuff as well. So if you like motorcycle, dirt bikes mainly.
That's why I always send you fucking motorcycle memes.
He sends me stuff all the time, and I'm like, I know that guy. And he's like, this is why I send this to you.
I send that shit to you. Clint, my man, I'm fucking so happy to have you back here. This place has not been the same without you.
It's good to be back in the dojo a little bit, popping in.
Nice. It's nice. I like.
It was nice that you were happy when I showed up. I told Mike, but I didn't tell you.
I know. And all of a sudden I was like, yeah.
That's why I didn't tell you. Oh my God.
It was fucking.
I just wanted to show up.
That was a fucking great reaction. I would have fucking squeezed you, but I don't want to fucking unalign you. All right. Sponsors, of course, as always, is 18 Pool Tables, baby. NJNYPoolTableService.com. Call them. If you're moving a pool table, don't try to move that shit on your own.
You'll hurt your back.
You'll hurt your back. You'll hurt the table, most importantly.
And then you're going to set it up like shit, and your friend's not going to want to play you because he's going to be like, your table sucks, dude.
Your table
You're
sucks.
totally
It's
cheating.
It's totally uneven. You got to call professionals. They'll take it apart. They'll change the felt. If you need if you need your felt replaced, or you need to just get your floors done, and you need to move the table for a little while, disassemble it, put it in the garage, call the A-Team, njnypooltableservice.com. They're the leaders in the community for pool table repair.
Do you think you have any listeners that actually have they're got enough money to have a pool table?
I hope so. I plan, and if not, I hope that every time you hear this ad,
it makes
that
you
it
want
makes
to
you want to.
Do they sell?
Be better.
Do they sell pool tables?
They sell pool tables.
They
If you need
sell
a brand
pool
new
tables
pool
at the
table,
A-Team.
njnypooltableservice.com, baby. Hit them up.
You could be balling when your friends come over for the next party.
You're gonna be balling. You're not gonna need ball. You're not gonna need to be balling for Empire Sewer and Water NJ.com. Empire Sewer and Water is a sewer and water company. They do residential and commercial services.
Do they pump out do they have commercial, do they have grease that I can make
You got a grease trap that needs to get clogged up. Maybe we could get you some of that grease fuel to fire your truck up. We'll get a little side gig. You don't have to go on the website, Empire Sewer and Water NJ.com. They may not be open to it because they're pretty honest people, so you're not going to get scammed like you do in some other plumbing people.
Clean your sewer though.
Yeah, though. If you're getting shit clogged up, you can't do it yourself. All right, call professionals. Make sure you get all of your needs taken care
Can
of.
they reinforce some big shitters pipes?
The big shitters pipes. All right, they do DJ Khaled's pipes. All right, they do Rick Ross's pipes.
They used to do big puns.
Yep, that was where they started. They started with big puns.
That's why they called him that, because he used to punish the sewer system.
Empire Sewer and Water NJ.com. You get your picture taken with a hip hop artist that clears pipes. All right. That's the all right. Another sponsor is Combat Fitness Club, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. They're right there on Main Street.
Are you going?
I've been there before. I put my daughter in there. Because she was having some problems with kids in her class, and I just wanted her to feel more confident about herself. So this
is like the female Karate Kid thing?
Yes. And
Nice.
I put her in there just so she could feel a little bit more confident. It's not that I wanted her to become violent, but if she did have to become violent, I wanted her to know what she was doing. And I wanted her to feel,
sweep the leg, walk away.
because she was, feeling... she wasn't expressing herself. She was always coming home and telling me that, you know what I said, and then she'd say it, and I'm like, oh, that's what you told her? And she'd be like, well, that's what I said in my head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, but you're not speaking up for yourself.
Yeah.
So I needed to get her some confidence boost. So I took her over to Dane Guerrero, professional boxer, over at Combat Fitness Club, Ridgefield Park, Main Street in Ridgefield Park. They got a personal training facility. I brought my daughter there for 8 sessions, and
now those bullies are her bitches.
Yeah, no, she doesn't complain about that anymore. She throws a mean right hook. She's hit me with it a few times when I wasn't paying attention, and I was like, God. She turns over. She does. We always talk about it. Like if something happens, some kid gets in your face or hits you or something. 1, 2, 3, 4. She knows what the 1, 2, 3, 4 is. You know,
what is that?
the
Jab.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, just straight jab, straight jab, straight jab, straight jab, hook, and she knows how to throw it, and it made her more confident. So do it for yourself too, because the summer's here and you're going to be going down the shore, and if you're at DJ's and you don't know how to fight, you're going to look like a fucking pussy.
Yeah. And you don't want to be like McFly, right? When Biff comes and takes his girl out of the car.
Yeah. Old Back to the Future reference. You don't want to get biffed, all right? You don't want to get biffed. You don't want to get bullied.
Who's new?
All right? You don't want to be Screech. You want to be AC Slater.
This is
all
still...
Right? That's who you want to be.
Only marginally newer.
Yeah, it's only marginally newer. I'm marginally newer.
You don't want to be Demi Lovato, okay?
Yeah, you don't want to be Demi Lovato getting punked out by fucking they and thems online. Listen, if you get approached by a group of theys, All right, you want to be able to throw hands.
Demi
So-
Lovato, call up Combat Fitness Club.
Fitness Club.
And then-
you could DM them on Instagram. It's combat_fitness_club. You could DM them to reserve your monthly packages. They got certified personal training, and all that cardio, boxing and shit. And you can just throw
Kickboxing.
hands. Hell yeah, they got that. They got classes, and they grind and get after it. So hit them up and do something with your life. All right.
All right.
All right, wonderful. Thanks. This has been fun. I hope you enjoyed. Clint Esposito, my man, take care. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
You're listening to my dad of the VCast.